Hi there. So I'm in Swansea today, just doing a day of shamanic sessions from the Asclepius Therapy Centre, which is on Walters Road. I work out of a couple of places in Swansea. The other place I work out of isn't open to therapists yet because of all the coronavirus thing going on. So doing a day of healings here today. So it's nice to be back in Swansea doing some work. I'm in Whitland on August the 14th, which is further towards Carmarthen. So starting to travel around a little bit more. So if you want a message to book in a session, just let me know and I'll let you know where I am and we can sort something out. Just wanted to do a really brief video today on understanding that in order to grow spiritually, we have to get uncomfortable, okay? And with everything that's going on outside in our world at the moment, there's a lot of uncomfortable people wanting to feel comfortable. The whole mask wearing debate is a classic example of that. And I'm not going to go into that, fortunately. So, what is it about feeling uncomfortable that can help us grow? I mean, most what I would class as, and this isn't a derogatory term because there's a place for everything, but surface level, to some extent, healing practices like to make you feel comfortable, okay? Like to make you feel all warm and fluffy and, zoned out and just generally calm and still and happy through a session. And then also beyond that, a lot of people like to cling on to that feeling of contentment and inner peace and stillness coming out of a healing session. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But with certain healing modalities, of which shamanic healing is the one I practice, sometimes we've got to get you out of your comfort zone. Sometimes we've got to get you to understand that being uncomfortable is what's needed to bring out and trigger the stuck gunk emotions, traumas, old wounds, karmas, skandhas, demons that are kind of residing within your soul, within your psyche, but need certain conditions in order to come to fruition. Okay, so one of the classic lessons of karma is that you don't know what karma you have until the correct environmental conditions occur for that seed of karma to come to fruition, to bear fruit. Okay, so if I plant a seed in the ground and I don't water it and it's too shady and the soil isn't very good quality, then that seed will not grow, okay, it will not bear fruit. But plant that same seed in fertile soil with plenty of sunshine and water, it will start to grow and it will bear fruit. Karma's a bit like that. Sometimes we don't know what's in us or what we're carrying until the environmental conditions are there to show it to us. Okay, and these environmental conditions, when things are swimmingly happy and life's floaty and it's all great, that doesn't tend to bring up some of the stuff that you might, if you're on a healing journey or if you're on a path of awareness and awakening, that you might need to become more aware of. And sometimes what we have to do is create situations, not only in healing sessions but also in life, that get you uncomfortable, get you in situations where they start to really show you aspects of yourself that maybe you weren't aware of, or even if you were pushing away. Okay, so things like conflict, things like heavy debate, things like mask, anti-mask, vaccine, anti-vaccine, corona, anti-corona, all this kind of stuff that's going on in the world at the moment. as unpleasant as they are, these are great initiatory environmental conditions for some of our karmas to come out. Now, I'll give you an example. I think a couple of weeks ago, I started to get angry about some stuff, that was going on out in the outside world, in the environmental conditions around me. And then looking into that, contemplating that anger, I was able to discern that was still some stuck work that I needed to do on maybe healing some old wounds around issues with authority, which probably stemmed from childhood, okay? And although you think you may have covered most of that stuff, sometimes the environmental conditions aren't harsh enough to really dig out the grotty bits right at the bottom. So really look into what environmental conditions are surrounding you right now and try to change your perception of them to, rather than trying to get comfortable and change them so that you can feel okay and happy by trying to organize your outer world, right? Try to look at it from a different perspective and go, well, how's the outer world serving me right now to be able to understand myself better, understand my karma better, understand my psyche, understand all the stuff that does take me out of alignment with my truth, okay? And thank it for that and work with it. Okay, so you're working with the energies. You're not against the energy. You're not trying to push them away. You're not trying to fuck them off with an exorcism ritual, right? Although sometimes you might have to. But what you're trying to do is go, right, why is this in my life? Why is this in my field right now? There's a reason for it. There's some work to do, and there's some understanding and some gnosis to come to this, and there's some knowledge to come to about this, so that I can help myself move forward more effectively and learn tenacity, learn resilience, learn some strength of character, strength of soul, strength of being. A little bit of stoicism is required in these kinds of days. So being in your comfort zone, right? Being comfortable isn't always a good thing, okay? It's not a good thing. And if you follow a collective to feel comfortable and feel safe, right? Then you're not serving yourself. You're not growing. Yeah? You're not challenging yourself. And if your soul wants to grow, it's going to do it by hook or by crook. Yeah, no matter what your ego says, the ego just wants to control and be comfortable and and just kind of have everything perfect in life. Your soul isn't like that. It needs challenges in order to learn and grow and heal. Okay, so just look into those look into those intentions when you may be making some decisions around your life right now, be it to do with this current pandemic, okay, or be it to do with anything else in your life, other situations. Are you doing something to be comfortable? Are you doing something potentially out of a shadow sense of virtue and self-righteousness, okay? Are you doing something because you've been told to do it and you've not done your own research, you've not used discernment? And I'm not just talking about physical discernment, facts and figures. I'm thinking about spiritual discernment as well. How does it feel to you deep down, honestly? Yeah? Does it feel right? Do you feel in alignment doing what you're doing, making the choices that you're making? Or is your head telling you one thing and your heart telling you something else? Because if it is, then you're not authentic. You're not in your authenticity. You're not in your own integrity. And no matter how uncomfortable you have to be in your authenticity, it is better to do that, because that's more growth for the soul than it is to just acquiesce to a path which might feel safe and comfortable now, but could lead to much more discomfort in the future. Yeah? There's always a price to pay for feeling comfortable. So just bear that in mind going forward. Okay? See you next time.